All right, Chase and Tails fans, interview series episode 2. We're here with Carolyn Oliver. Carolyn, why don't you tell obviously who you are, but tell everybody what you drive and maybe a little bit about, your history in the sport, your family.
Yeah, definitely. My name's Carolyn Oliver. I drive the S27, Other People's Money.
It's a great
In
name.
the my dad came up with it, so I got to give him the credit. Um, I started racing back in. I'm in the S class, 2.5 stock. Started racing back in. I started driving in 2019, like racing. In 2018, I tested the boat a few times. My grandfather raced for a long time. My dad raced his whole life, and boat racing's been in my family for I'll be third generation,
That's
so
awesome.
a long time. Definitely love it and couldn't imagine my life without it. Grew up going to races, have gone my whole life. My dad's gone his whole life. My grandfather built his first boat as a shop class project. So, and that's that,
I
and
hope you got
been
to be
racing
great on that
since.
project. That's a
I know,
badass
that's what I
project.
said.
That's way
Building a
better than
whole
anything I did in school.
I know. I never got that opportunity
No,
even.
I would have done that class in a heartbeat.
Exactly.
Yeah, I said it with Matisse here a little bit ago, but it's you're gonna people that watch these interviews, you'll see a trend. There's a lot of family history in the sport, a lot of multi generation drivers, and everybody says the same thing. Once they tried it, they couldn't get enough of it, and they wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yep.
I tried to get away from it. College, I tried getting away at college and then forgetting about it, and as soon as college was over, I came right back. So
Yeah, it doesn't it's hard to get away from it. I drove as much as I could through college, so
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, we got the boat racing stuff out of the way. So some of these questions are semi boat racing related, but they're not, technical or any, statistics or any of that stuff. So,
sounds good.
first one, outside of boat racing, so, whether it's work, what you do for fun, what does Carolyn Oliver's life look outside of the pits off the race course?
So currently I work as a physical therapy assistant. But starting here shortly, I'm heading up to Philly to start a doctorate and master's program in physician assistant studies. So I'll become a PA here in the next 3 years,
Awesome.
hopefully, if I make it through.
No, you will.
Hopefully. So I do that for work, and that hopefully one day will fund my hobbies here.
So you're gonna have to change the boat's name once it's your own money, though, right?
Well, we're hoping that Dad sticks around a little
Okay.
and still funds out there. My grandfather's boat was every penny, so it kind
Okay.
of fits the
Fits the
theme.
theme, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Um, Outside of work, I've been working a lot, and I do a lot of school, obviously.
Hmm.
I love going to the beach, hanging out. I've always loved being on the water. Grew up around the water, on the water. I I mean, I always like being in my bathing suit on the beach, so can't
Yeah,
complain about
yeah,
relaxing on the water too.
no doubt.
I love to travel. Recently, we had a family trip over to Europe, so that was definitely fun. And I kind of just do whatever my days bring me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. I like it. I like it. All right, on to the next. How would your teammates, which I guess is kind of family for the most part in your case,
Yeah.
right? How would your teammates describe you using 3 words?
Three
And
words.
I told Matisse the same thing. I might have to reach out to your dad, Chris, and ask him the same question, and then we'll compare results.
Yeah. So, probably going from him, my dad, Mr. Bobby, and Nick Wheeler. I would have to say the first one's probably dramatic. Um, I like to get my nails done. And in the garage, they're always giving me a hard time about it. Oh, you just got your nails done, like whatever. Um, that's probably what they would say.
Okay.
Probably competitive because I definitely I like to go fast,
Mhm.
and we've been struggling the past few seasons here. So they like to hear all about that, especially in our long rides home. And then the last one, I'm trying to think of what they would say so that it's not um let's see. They would probably say like or I would probably say I'm very outgoing about it. I'm willing to do anything for the sport that like has to do with it directly, or
Mhm.
recently dabbled my foot in the social media thing, which I'm really bad at, but the region needed somebody to do it,
Yeah,
so
hey,
I'm
you can't really be bad at social media. You're always getting better.
yeah, I'm working on those skills.
I will say one word I would use to describe you as positive. Like you said, you guys have had your struggles the last couple of years, but you are one of those people that was always smiling in the pits. You're always still engaged, working on something, helping somebody out, and I think it's very cool. I mean, every team goes through their struggles, every driver goes through their struggles, and the ones that are able to still have fun while doing it is, I think that's a big testament to the people in our sport, and you're a big example of that.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. If I remember right, the next one's a little bit of a challenging one.
Okay.
Yeah. The next two are kind of like philosophical. So, what's
Okay.
the best piece of advice you've ever received and who gave it to you?
The best piece of advice. Okay, this is kind of a far shot here. My grandfather used to, well, one time said, being on fire is not fun. So I feel like that's all he caught on fire one time, and he always said that. And I feel like that's like motivated me and like ensures me that I always double check everything. I make sure all the nuts are tight, the bolts are tight, like everything's together, the air bottle's on, the radio's working, motor mount bolts are in, carbs secure, fuel lines secure, like all the important things. I always double check them and like to do it myself to make sure that they're right.
Mm-hmm.
The other piece that I would say is my dad always tells me, you can only, if you do it, you can only blame yourself. So I always do things myself and double check everything myself, because if something goes wrong, then that's on me. It's not on anybody else.
I like that. I struggle with that on my team sometimes because my dad is just a workaholic, and
Mhm.
Uncle George, and with the boat being out there, we don't get to like go and work on it every day. And like I'm bugging my mom about going out and taking a trip because like I don't want.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I don't want something to go wrong and then like have even the ability to put it on somebody else. If I know that it was my responsibility, then I can take the blame for it, and you learn and you move on.
Exactly. I know what I need to do. I know what needs to be done. I still learn every day, don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But the main things that I know that I can do, I like to check myself, and everyone will get annoyed with me. I already did that. Now they know, like, I check it myself. So
Exactly.
don't even bother trying to, but I'm going to go around and check everything before, just
No,
because
it's good
it's my own
advice,
peace
and
of mind. It's
it's a
my
good
fault.
it's a good way to live. And even as crazy as the first quote sound, it's a great quote.
I know it's crazy, but every time it like they tie together. I'm like, don't catch on fire, don't catch on fire.
Yeah. All right. This was a little bit more fun. If you could trade places with anybody in the world for a day, who would it be and why?
Hmm. Anybody in the world?
And it could be from the past too. Doesn't have to be
Okay.
like currently alive.
I should have a good answer for this because this was one of my interview questions for school.
It's always a tough one because there's so
I
many
know.
options, but
Anybody? Does it have to do like to do with racing?
anybody can be racing, can be family, can be celebrity, can be whatever you want.
Um, Part of me wishes, and I'm this is just coming to my mind because we were talking about it with your mom at the national meeting, was like somebody from that generation,
Yeah,
like my dad or someone from that time, because things were so different
they
back
were.
then. And I'm always like, Dad, Like, he has these crazy stories that I'm like, "How did you even get away with this?"
It's like they
And
didn't have rules
they had
back in the
this.
day.
I know. They had the time of their life back then, and these stories that they were telling me, I was cracking
Yep.
up.
I hear
Like,
the
we were in
same
this
story
restaurant
every
for so long.
weekend. Like it's kind of like on repeat, and they're never any less entertaining or any less funny. And sometimes they kind of change every year. They start
Yeah.
adding to it, and
I'm like, "Okay, we're learning a little bit more here now."
hey.
There was you could do anything back there,
Yeah.
and
It would be
it was
fun to go back to the old like APBA, CBF, like early days.
exactly. But if it was somebody famous, it would probably be like Oprah or something.
Okay.
Like, you can just start giving things away to everybody and
Yeah.
just make everybody happy all the
Yeah.
time.
Just yep.
You get this and you get that, and it's hilarious.
Yep. It's not a bad answer. All right.
Yeah.
Last one before the would you rather's.
Okay.
And this one's kind of similar to the advice one, but you can either choose to say that those quotes, or you can have another option. What
Okay.
song, quote, or motto best captures your mindset?
My mindset. Okay, so this is a little odd, but my like favorite, like if I had a walkout song, it would probably be Fergalicious.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like that song is just like it's so funny, and everyone always is like, "Oh my gosh, you're like a drama queen." Everyone meaning like my dad and Mr. Bobby and them. Um, but it's like, you know what? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
At the
that's
end of
it.
the day, it's like you have a purple boat. I got a purple driving suit for Christmas. Like, they're like, "You're such a princess," but in reality, I would do all the work in the garage and all this stuff.
Yeah. No, it's a
But I
good
always
answer.
put on Fergalicious.
Okay. Is that
I
like your
make
race
them do
superstition?
it. No, I just do that like in the garage
Oh,
when they
okay.
like listen to like their like rock music and whatever. I like to put on Fergalicious and
You
make
ever
them
catch your
listen.
dad at just kind of sneak singing it?
Not to Fergalicious. No.
No. If you ever do, you need to get it on film.
Oh, you know I would.
All right. I got two would you rather for you.
Okay.
So the first one, where is it? Ooh. Would you rather always smell like race fuel or always have a sunburn shaped like your sunglasses?
Sunglass sunburn.
Sunglass.
Like, some people can rock that coon tan. I'm not sure if I'm one of them,
Yeah.
but sometimes, I mean, I don't hate the smell of race fuel, but I could definitely see how it could make me nauseous after a
Yeah.
while.
That's exactly. Matisse had the same answer, and I was like, if it was just up to me and not other people that had to smell me, I'd take the race fuel all day. I love the smell of
Exactly.
race fuel, but smells more of an outward thing than an inward thing.
Yeah, no one would want to be around you that way.
And to be honest, I kind of spend most of my summer with a sunglass tan line anyway, so it
Exactly.
is what it is.
Exactly.
All right, last one. Would you rather have to wear your helmet everywhere for a week or speak in boat racing terms only for a day?
Ooh. Boat racing terms would be hard to communicate with people.
That's exactly what Matisse said. I said, I was like, I don't know how you would even pull it off.
Yeah. I think I'd have to do the helmet.
Yeah, helmet's
Like, it
cool
might
anyway.
look silly, whatever.
Yeah, you look
Be
silly
like,
in
what?
some cases, but then you just look cool in others.
Exactly.
I think the hydroplane get up, the whole look. I think it's pretty cool. It's not like overly bulky,
Yeah.
especially when you have the Hans. The helmet looks a little less bobbleheady, and you
Yeah.
get to throw
You
some
have a
good
little more
shades on.
control.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's it. That's all I got. Like I said, quick,
Awesome.
simple, supposed to be kind of just fun, more personality based, and we'll start
Yeah,
rolling out clips of them here. Probably going to collect 5 to 10 drivers worth, so we kind of have a little bit of a reel of them, and then
okay.
just start rifling them off kind of once every couple days, and mix it in. We got race clips coming out. We got that stuff, podcast clips. Just trying to mix it up and make it less just about the boats going fast and more about the people that drive them.